Hello, my name is Jaime Lobato. I am a Mexican multimedia artist. I'm living in between Tallinn and Mexico City, and now I'm working a lot in projects of bio art, hybrid art, mixing different media like digital image, sound, and of course like a biological and chemical process. I was interested in participating in this residency because I have been working with biosensors for some years. I have been working with electroencephalography, like pulse sensors, gene sensors, and now electromyography. One of the motivations of participating in this project was to keep developing my research in electricity produced by humans.
I'm Inês, I'm from Portugal. I lived in Estonia for a few years, and now I still come back for projects, so I'm a bit in between Portugal and Estonia. Right now I'm living in Lisbon doing a residency in, as part of a curating collective in a place called Largo Residências. They work with embedded practices and social participatory art practices. My individual practice focuses on how the process of making visual art, how that can be expanded towards a more human dimension by bringing it closer to the ways of the body. I was interested in doing this residency because I thought that biosensors could help to amplify this human quality of visual art by enabling the accessibility to the immaterial qualities of the creator, so me as the performer. We presented in this residency 2 performances and 1 installation. They stemmed from an initial encounter with each other in which we were sharing our practices and our interests, and we realized that we had this common interest of exploring space and body in artistic practice. Our first test started with a performative drawing session in which we used EMG sensors in my arm to capture the electricity that goes through my muscles as I do a drawing performance. Also contact microphones under the drawing so that there is a soundscape that is produced and manipulated with the sensor that I was using. I have discovered that I really appreciate about doing these performative drawings is how somehow when you see the drawing, when it comes from the body, when you see the drawing, you can sort of feel the performer there, no? You see the foot, you see like how the body encounters the paper, and it's like it becomes more physical. It's not just a drawing that you do with your arm stretched out. We keep talking about this empathic way of presenting a performance, not that the audience can have access to my inner dimension. But okay, maybe the first performance was quite technically specific, no? Maybe Grandma cannot do that performance, but well, in truth, what goes inside my body is very similar to anyone's body. So I don't have to be a dancer to do this kind of electric manipulation. So I think that it would be interesting in the future to destigmatize the performer as someone that is somehow more qualified to present this kind of artistic experimentation with biosensors and electricity, and show that anyone can, like, that's the beauty of biosensors, no? And having this artistic output of biosensors is that anyone can make art using them just by existing, by being alive. I think that's something that will be really beautiful to explore.
In the second performance, we were using this electrocardiogram sensor. So we were using the beats per minute of our heart rates to use them as a musical interface. So whenever the system can felt the systole and diastole movement of our hearts, then it triggers some rhythmic ideas in a more like a conceptual and poetic way. We were thinking about ways of digital communication nowadays. We were talking about trying to make an interface that can help to have a relationship with another person in a more like profound way, not necessarily using words or images, but something like as basic as human as the heartbeat to set connections in between people.
And the third part of the project was an installation in which we presented one of the drawings produced in the first performance. We had these electrical impulses so that the audience could feel the electricity of my body as I was doing that drawing.
They are in front of the image and they have this electric input, trying to imagine what was happening in the body of the artist. This is more like a memory trigger, a more poetic way to approach the data we were collecting through the sensor, not in case like the imagination and the poetics of the media itself, using electricity as a medium, but as the artwork itself, not converting this as a representation, but as an experience itself.
And also, I think it's so beautiful, the idea of being able to feel physically close with someone who is not present. No, it's like you can hug or touch a performer that is not there just by the electricity and looking at its body and how it was crystallized in this drawing. Like, even thinking about, I don't know, how like the potential of that feeling people who are not there. I
mean, it happens without this this electric interface with any work of art. But I think what we did as an artistic research is like putting the light over this process.
I think this is still very much a work in progress. We worked very well together. It was also a successful collaboration with the research team from TLU, with Electron, and that was wonderful. And yes, it's good to also have material to go on with.
We kind of reach the goals we have planned for our like proposal, but I think it was a success residency not because of that, but because we have now a lot of more questions and ideas to develop in the future. I would like to present this this process in other different contexts, maybe like in Portugal, in Mexico, in a more like experimental places, not so academic places, but as well to write something about like artistic research, giving space for this idea to grow.